Hi, it's Stuart from SERPsketch. In lesson 5 today, we're going to go through a few top tips for setting up SERPsketch to get the most out of the tool. So the first thing we're going to look at, we covered this in lesson 4, was doing an all keywords run to understand your competitors. So the benefit of doing this is that if you've run that once with all the keywords that you're interested in tracking or monitoring within SERPsketch, then you'll have a very good chance of capturing the best range of search competitors. And getting those tagged up once, as we did in lesson 4, and understanding whether those people are partners or competitors or how you want to categorize that search competition will help mean that when you duplicate campaigns in the future, you don't have to do that work twice. The next thing that we would typically look at is, as another pro tip, is grouping like keywords. So it may be that you've got keywords that have got brand intent, and you've got some that have got purchase intent. Now the search competition are going to be very different for your branded keywords to those that have got purchase intent. So for example, if I was searching buy Nike trainers, I'd come up with very different search competition and very different search results to if I searched where are Nike trainers made. So that's just something else to be thinking about. Grouping those will make sure that you're really measuring who is competing against you. Now, one thing we did mention in one of the previous videos was about partner space and the different ways you can use that. Typically, it's used in a number of ways. The first is by brands who have reseller channels or who resell other products. That's probably the most common way, but other brands use it to track and monitor their affiliates and how they're performing in the SERPs. You can use it to track publishers. You can use it for any people that are friendly traffic to you, but they're not a domain that you own. And finally, I just wanted to cover a little bit on setting up and frequency of searches. So in the first month, you need to try and assess how volatile the results pages are, and that's both in terms of the number or the way that the results pages are displaying, so the features of Google that are coming up on page 1, but also to understand how your search competition is changing. Every sketch will be slightly different, and it's just a case of seeing if you're in a very competitive market space, you'll see a lot of volatility. If you're in a slightly less competitive market space, then chances are you may need to scan a bit less. I mean, it's really down to each of the brands. I'd say our heaviest users are probably tracking 3 or 4 times a day, while and they're mainly e-commerce clients. Some of our more casual users probably just monitoring some of their core KPI metrics once a week. If you want to ask any questions on that, by all means get in touch with us. We'll happily talk it through. Hopefully these videos have helped you to see how easy it is to set SERPsketch up to see just how visible your brand is on the first page of Google. If, however, you've got any questions or you'd like to see any more detail on the tool, please feel free to contact me on either my email or you can book some time in my calendar at the link to the right hand side. Hopefully speak to you soon. Thanks.